Alright space nerds, in this video we're going to be taking a look at a PvE fit for the Jackdaw, and this is actually one of my favorite ships right now. I use it a lot in Highsec for combat exploration, and I call this fit the Poor Man's Jackdaw, or the Poor Jack as I named it here. And that's basically because it only costs around 110 million ISK, which is not that much for a Jackdaw. I mean, I have fits that are over 200 million ISK, but this one does the job just as well as they do. Especially for my purposes, which is basically to run DD 3 out of 10 and 4 out of 10 sites here in Sansha Highsec, and also some of the combat anomalies that escalate to DD sites. And it works very well for those types of sites. Alright, so let's take a look at the fit here. In the high slots we have an expanded probe launcher, and currently I'm just using the core scanner probes for this one, although it can use combat probes as well. But basically you want to use this to scan down some of the DD sites, and you can scan down other stuff like wormholes and whatnot, but this ship is not bonus for scanning, so you want to train up your scanning skills if you want to scan faster. Alright, so then we have 5 of these light missile launchers Tech 2, and you really want to have Tech 2 light missile launchers trained because they can use the Tech 2 ammo, the Fury light missiles in particular. They do give you some extra DPS, although they have a shorter range than the regular missiles and faction missiles, but so far I haven't had a problem with that. So then in the medium power slots we have a Republic Fleet medium shield extender to give us some extra buffer and maybe a bit of shield recharge, but really if we want to repair our shields we're going to be using this small shield booster Tech 2. It can run permanently due to us having this cap recharger Tech 2, but you can't run both this Microwarpdrive and the shield booster permanently. You have to choose either one to run permanently. So yeah, then we have the 5MN Microwarpdrive as well, and that is just to help us go to the acceleration gates a bit faster, so that we can basically run the sites a bit faster. I've seen these Jackdaw fits with 1MN afterburners, and I don't really support that. They were dead space ones, so they were a bit faster than the Tech 2 or regular, but yeah, I think a Microwarpdrive is a better option, to be honest, especially for doing Highsec DD hunting. So then we also have an EM Shield Amplifier Tech 2, and this is just because we're in Sansha space, and Sansha NPCs deal EM and thermal damage, so we want to tank against those damage types. If you're in some other area of New Eden, you want to basically equip whatever is the primary damage type that you want to tank against in that area. And then in the low power slots we have 2 of these Ballistic control systems Tech 2 to increase our DPS, and then 1 Inertial Stabilizer Tech 2. Now this is to make us align in under 2 seconds with the propulsion mode activated, so that we can do some DD escalations in low sec without getting caught in gate camps. But sometimes you may get unlucky and have a bit of lag or whatnot, and you'll get caught by a hyperlocker in a gate camp. I mean, I've seen even shuttles get caught by a hyperlocker in some gate camps. However, I have also seen a lot of Hecates and Jackdaws and whatnot escape the hyperlockers as well. So you know, it's a bit of a RNG factor there as well, but having this inertial stabilizer increases our chances of successfully evading gate camps. So then we have a small EM shield recharger rig, and that is obviously to increase our EM resistances. You can replace this one with whatever damage type you want to tank against. And then we have a small hydraulic bay thruster rig. This increases the speed of the missiles and thus also the range. So without this rig, I believe the Fury missiles have like 53 or something kilometer range, but with this rig you get about 63 kilometers with the sharpshooter mode activated using my skills. So that's pretty good range, and that's more than enough, more than I need for the sites that I'm doing here in Sansha space. And finally we have a small ancillary current router to give us extra power grid so that we can fit all these modules. Alright, so basically the strategy that you want to use with the Jackdaw is that you want to kite away from the enemies, so you want to use the Microwarpdrive to boost yourself out of their firing range and then activate the sharpshooter mode and start shooting at the NPCs from about like 40 to 60 kilometers away or something like that. That'll keep you out of the range of most of the NPCs. And if you do drift into their firing range, like if there's only a couple NPCs left and you're burning to the acceleration gate with the microwarp, then you can also activate the small shield booster to, you know, absorb that damage a bit more. So that's basically how you use it. That's the fit. It's great. I haven't had any problems with it, especially here in the area that I'm operating in. And yeah, so remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in another video.